This is an important message from the Lausanne Underground. The truth you can handle.
My children, we are in dark times indeed, but I have your answer. Find your local Children of the Sector outpost. Show them your last bank statement, and they shall provide you with the answer to the spacebook crisis. Big bucks. Stay strong, my children. Big Montana, out.
It is session 25, Psychotronic Hustle, Backdoor, Boogie, B Team. Time for the recap.
Well, a lot of things happened. A good number of things. So, when we started, we were out in front of the diamond-ish shaped structure, like two pyramids stuck together. We were attempting to figure out a way to get inside when we noticed a little hatch, just some fluids ejected, and so we sent Miyoko out with a few sisters as backup just in case. While they were en route, we determined that that was in fact biological waste, but that wouldn't be the first time we boogied through someone's back door, so we figured we'd go
in
for
the pee
it.
hole.
Yeah,
Just say it.
right up the dumper.
Yep.
And so Miyoko boogied through that back door. Upon entering, Miyoko discovered quite a few Darrow, or not Darrow, but there were some dwarves, we think, and then there were Darrow. We were able to have, I always forget his name. He's our Modric. We had Modric translate for us because none of us knew how to speak Dwarven, and the dwarves didn't know how to speak Common, so we had to have him translate via Miyoko's headset.
Her cell phone.
It was a compad. Yeah, we were able to see everything that Miyoko had going on through her live feed through her power armor helmet.
GoPro thing she had sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. And so she proceeded onward through the station after. I think it might be some kind of space station or some ship. We're not sure yet.
Something
but
weird.
She proceeded onwards where she found several of these dwarves cleaning equipment. Not very knowledgeably cleaning equipment because one was washing a laser rifle with water and a sponge, which he yielded no further useful information other than, about all we could get out of him, because these do not seem to be very highly intelligent dwarves. That bosses were that way. And so we followed him that way. Miyoko clambering ever deeper into the inner workings of this structure. Eventually coming to like a more open room where there were large sections of what we believed at the time to be one of the Sister Karma battleships. But there was also Sindum gear there too, so we think maybe they got one of their ships too.
Scavenging vessel of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Good deal of exploration later. There was a room found that looked to be almost like a really nicely furnished cell, kind of in a way. There was a desk and, stuff like that in there, but we didn't really find anything too, there were no, sensitive documents or anything that we found, so we weren't sure what that was all about. So Miyoko carried onward, making her way up, and I had, a phone call or something coming in. I don't quite remember what happened before the Beholder, right before it.
Well, we went ahead, and as Miyoko's going through, the battleship, the Pretty Noose, reappeared, and it turns out they've been starting to take it apart again. And so they're definitely salvaging, though we're still not 100% sure on why it disappeared and came back into our space.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not a cloaking field, but it's some weird wibbly wobbly timey-wimey bullshit going on there. And Big Montana then decides, okay, we're going to retake the battleship.
Yep.
Totally because he doesn't want a personal battleship, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, that totally wasn't his motivation.
Miyoko continued her adventure and finds a large black crystal levitating in a room, and it turns out to be made up of other crystals. She decides to put 2 shape charges on it while the tender of the crystals was out of the room, and was like, okay, we might need to blow this thing up later. I don't fucking know, but it's bad, whatever it is. Meanwhile, on the battleship, the sisters discover a bunch of black tendrils in key locations, like on the bridge and by the spike drive, and they start devouring the sisters, you know, just grabbing them and pulling them in. And Big Montana at first had tried to have them secure the area in some way, but that was like a nope, get the fuck out situation.
Yeah, it quickly became apparent that the sisters did not have the proper tools to deal with said black tendrils.
Yeah, and that Stars Without Numbers actually doesn't have the tools to deal with black tendrils. No flame weapons.
A flamethrower would have been mighty handy.
Don't exist in this universe. They don't work.
Unfortunately.
In space, no one can hear you flamethrower.
Apparently, no one figured out how to compress oxygen and compress, petroleum.
No one discovered styrofoam and gasoline.
Yes.
Not yet.
Until
next convention.
Oh, he's back. But they go ahead and are dealing with that, and they get back to the shuttle, and there are black tendrils that make it, and they're holding the shuttle, and you're like, okay, get the fuck off the shuttle.
Yeah, we had them do a spacewalk for a hot minute while they checked each other, made sure that no tendrils were still on the sisters before we scooped them up.
Yep, you gotta make sure that they also aren't just a skull inside of a blackened face mask now as well.
Yes, that too.
Then Miyoko entered a room with a bunch of slime on the floor and saw, oh, there's a giant eye with a bunch of smaller eyes. I don't have any idea what this is. But it's in my way, it's dangerous, and it probably saw me, so rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket launcher worked well. It definitely angered the object. But then it paralyzed her, and it proved she is scientifically unable to pass the saving throw. Science has proven this. Big Montana's panicking, and he goes, okay, I need to do something. And he summons a Tootsie Roll with a chainsaw at his pyramid. Yep. And he goes to the pyramid with the Tootsie Roll Chainsaw Massacre and the creature. And it turns out a Tootsie Roll happens to have the same saving throws as Miyoko, which are non-existent.
Yep.
And it
made one attack and then ran away.
I ain't dealing with this shit, man.
Leaving Big Montana standing in front of a beholder, wondering what the hell he's going to do now.
There's a reason we call Big Montana the Priceline Negotiator, though, and he begins negotiating. And he says, hey, you can stay here at the temple if you promise not to kill all of us. That'd be kind of nice, dude.
Right.
And he's like, I was a prisoner on that thing, and you've released me.
Yep. But first, before I made the deal, I had to get a second opinion. So, we brought Obi in for a second opinion.
That was it. I couldn't remember what happened to Obi.
Yep. Yeah, we had to get that second opinion. It was vital. Big Montana wasn't sure if he was about to screw the galaxy or not, so we had to ask Obi too.
and Obi didn't want any part of it.
Yep.
Tried ignoring it. And
he had the clicker. He was trying to click himself back.
The sight of the big old Tootsie Roll and the Beholder was just too much.
That's why you never leave the Home Shopping Network. Just stay there. It's safe.
So yeah,
HGTV. That's Obi's favorite.
The beholders seem to be very interested in this pyramid that's in what Big Montana is just coming to assume is his own mind, but he doesn't actually know what the place is. So the beholders seem very interested in staying there and learning more from this temple and whatnot, and wanted to stay. So Big Montana struck a deal that, you know, he could stay, and the beholder offered in exchange information to allow him to stay. So we decided that was a fair deal. It ended up, you know, working out pretty well. Nobody died.
Except for those 3 sisters on the battleship.
Well, yes.
We don't count them as people, let's be honest here. They are sisters of karma.
Well, nobody in the immediate vicinity died.
Okay. The inner circle, the outer circle.
Yes.
Yeah, no one in the clan died. That's the important
This
thing.
is true.
And then we saved Miyoko and ripped the black tendrils from her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we decided, okay, it's time for us to yeet the fuck out of here.
Yes, but not
And come
before
back.
blowing up the explosives on the crystal
Yeah, that
and
didn't do anything.
detonating the battleship with our guns.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now, Miyoko wouldn't know this, but all of you probably would, that explosives didn't work on this black crystally pyramid bullshit on the planet. So we might need to come up with a new way of dealing with it as well.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, the beholder said that it probably would have shattered the thing and they would have had to put it back together.
Yeah, we've delayed it, but we haven't
Yeah.
stopped it.
Yeah, we've just merely purchased some time.
Yeah. And Miyoko's plan is to rest up and go through the ship slowly, 1 minute at a time, killing everyone on board with a knife.
While we
So you-
sneak in the parts to build a nuke inside of the place.
yes, you took a day to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't think that's enough to heal me from 0 HP.
Well, you didn't take any hit point damage.
I did when it shot me with that beam.
Okay, but it didn't go to 0, did it?
No, it went very low, though.
Okay.
Very low.
So yeah, you rest up for a day. Let's see here. So
15 hit points, that's all I need.
you are on the ship and you pick up an update. Something comes over the space channels. See how loud this is. This is an approved update for all of Helena Evo. Just inside the walled city in the glorious Sector H is the Smith family. Everyone here has a role in making Sindoom great. Even little Timmy. He's not staring out that window for no reason. He's on watch. He spotted one. Get out there, Pops. Nice shot. Make that call and get your sector-wide Jawa bounty. You think you're getting space bucks? No way, fam. You're getting round and shiny Sin coin. Look, it's got Lord Fell's face right on there, so you know it's guaranteed. Thank you, Lord of the Sector. What you doing with that carcass, Pops? Don't know? I think Ma knows exactly what to do. She's got Lord Fell's Jawa recipe cookbook. Fire up that grill and get that extra mild barbecue. It's good eating tonight for the Smith family and throughout the sector. Call now for your Jawa bounty information and cookbook. Forget the worthless space bucks. Sin coins are coming to a spaceport near you. So you hear that.
Well, I certainly see an opportunity, don't you? They're inviting people to come down to Sindoom itself to deal with the Jawa problem via bounty hunting.
Yeah. There's a mighty interesting. Mighty interesting indeed.
I don't know if I trust that cookbook. I'm just gonna say it right now.
No, I wouldn't eat the fuckers.
Oh, no, definitely not. Have you seen them? Lift up, jaw up.
Hell, half a Sundu might, kind of die due to infection from eating those crazy bastards.
Peter, would we know
They can't be sanitary.
Would we know the infectivity rate of a Jawa if consumed?
Yeah, it would have to be properly sterilized and
I
cooked
guess I had an
at
idea.
a certain temperature in order to consume it, you would think.
It's like
Maybe.
a 5-hour process.
You gotta smoke smoke Jawa's a delicacy.
Yeah.
Wait, if we could go ahead and find what makes a Jawa so deadly and dangerous and have Emma weaponize it to an airborne form, she could make Jawa 19 and we can deploy it on Sindhu.
J19. All right.
Well,
We gotta. Also, that fucking Sin coin shit. Fuck that shit.
they seem to be panicking about something.
Well, it ain't gonna last.
Apparently, Fells is now the lord of the sector,
I thought you were the
Yeah.
father.
self-proclaimed.
Just wait until they hear about big bucks.
Just a picture of Big Montana's dick slammed against a coin. It's the imprint of it. These are big bucks right here. The buck stops here.
Personally stamped all the coins.
That ain't no mushroom.
You have to get you a
Anyways.
stand-in cock.
So I believe the plan was to secure pieces of a nuke to be smuggled through the back door.
That should be pretty inexpensive. Nukes on the market go for a pretty cheap price.
Well, considering nobody has any money right now,
Even cheaper then.
I don't know, combined, do we all have one space buck at least?
Through
We have
your
that bomb that's on Hydrus.
I have 0.46, so we're very close. I'm almost halfway there.
That bomb on Hydrus we decided last session wouldn't fit through the back door hatch.
Yeah, it's too big.
It's too much girth.
And we don't understand how it's made or how to assemble it and what might happen if we try to do so.
But would the sisters be able to get a hold of parts to a nuke?
A nuke? Sure. I mean, we've got nukes just lying around if you go to any 7-Eleven type
you
of
can make a
place.
connect roll if somebody wants to
Yeah.
do that.
I'm good at those.
To be honest, then nukes, they're lying around everywhere.
Other days, there it is. Come here to Papa. All right. That's an 8.
So you guys went to Clutter.
Yes. Yeah, regroup to HQ.
Yeah, you know somebody who works on a space station outside of Astra who deals in black market equipment and stuff like that. And they would certainly hook you up with something, that kind of technology.
Hell yeah.
Fortunately, the price is a Cadillac.
Sure you don't want a Jeep with a rocket launcher and
They
a
want a
machine
full
gun?
Cadillac? Can they be missing an engine?
No, that's been replaced. Well, should we go check out this guy or girl or whatever it is?
Yeah, let's go meet this here contact. Did they give me a place to go rendezvous with him?
It's Space Station Pharaoh.
All right. Take us to Faro Station, Miyoko.
We're here.
It's just a small, like, tin can floating in space.
Does it
God
say
damn,
Heinz on the side of it?
He needs an upgrade.
Oh.
Well,
Well.
Doc. Well, actually, probably make radio contact first. This is the ex-wife looking for permission to dock.
Permission granted.
All right, 10-4, good buddy. Pull us on in, Miyoko. Now you gotta do the classic trucker where you just cram it into the loading bay. Just wham.
How do you describe flying a ship to park it without sound effects only? I don't know.
That's true. Well, it is space, so
Yeah,
there is no
there's-
sound.
It's just
It just you just see a
Yeah.
You could always add in the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift soundtrack in there.
Yeah.
right.
Give it a little jazz.
bunch of Eurobeat bursting from the speakers.
All right.
So you
yeah,
dock
we'll,
and enter.
Big
Yep.
Montana comes saunter on in, big white hat.
The shelves, it's kind of like a convenience store. So the shelves have random items like canned goods and assorted packaged sandwiches and a couple bags of space chips. And they've got some tools and a few DVD movies, for that long space trucking adventure across the sectors, so something to watch.
Or check out those DVDs, see if they got anything good.
Big Montana comes strolling up to the counter. Is there anybody in this joint?
So like a television head kind of pops out and turns the knob a couple times, then comes in clear. So it looks like a human face. Hey, what's up?
Howdy. Are you the man that I acquired about the device?
Hold on. And he puts his face to his head and changes the channel until like an older looking man with an eye patch. Is that the big Montana?
Ah, there he is. How you doing?
Good.
You got that there that thing we talked about?
I only got the uncut version.
No, not that thing.
Oh, wow, right. Well, matey, I got me some parts for you.
What you want for that little baby there?
Want to cut an action?
I
Heard you're
see.
father of the sector.
Yeah, we're working on it, trying to get some things going. You got to counteract those Sindoom fucks everywhere you can. How does Commissioner of Trade sound to you?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, it's a deal then. I don't have to tell you. Go ahead and get everybody who wants to, go shifting some cargo. Tell them to do it in the name of the father of the sector.
Will
Also,
do.
start handing out a form of currency called big bucks. Got to counteract that new Sindoom currency. Fucking Sin coin. Start
You got
getting
some
that
of this,
economy rolling.
Big bucks.
Well, I mean, I figured we kind of do it the way we used to do space books, where everybody just kind of types numbers in on their thing. Save you the hassle of, managing hard currency.
Less overhead.
Yep. Yeah, fuck having a mint.
Big bucks, you say?
Yep.
Arr.
Yeah, we're going all digital.
Hashtag Pornhub.
All right. Well, where can I find this sweet little puppy we were talking about? All the parts.
A little like robotic arm comes out and points to the corner, and strapped in like a cargo net floating is like a bunch of boxes randomly taped.
Oh, you hit him in space chip boxes. That's brilliant.
Did what I could, Dar.
Yeah. Smuggling's going to be a non-punishable offense in this new regime, I tell you. There's something great about smugglers.
Not a problem, Ar. I think this whole transaction's worth me 1,000 big bucks. I'll write it down, Ar. Got it.
Alrighty.
Does he also have the uncut version?
You want to throw in that uncut version on the side?
Ar, I already put it in the box, Ar. I think you wanted it.
Thank you kindly. All right. Well, let's get her loaded up, fellers.
And flips back the channel to the human looking. Okay. Good luck.
Okay, I'll try and... How big is this thing exactly?
There's like 15 different assorted boxes, and they're all in these space chip boxes. Have been like cut down to fit, and some of them have been cut and taped together.
That there was the best smuggler I ever worked with. Back in his day, he used to be able to get like anything. You name it, he could get it anywhere. Hell, I even heard about him sneaking some extremely prohibited items into the walled city back in the day.
Good heavens. Back in the day, he was quite an impressive person, that's for sure.
Yeah. He's a little past his prime, not unlike myself, but I reckon we can still give the galaxy a good shot.
Well, it's worth a try. Now, about these boxes, which one has the manual in it?
I don't think instructions are included on this one. Obi, do you know how to build a nuke?
What a bold question to ask me. As if I would do such a thing. I'm certain that I could figure it out, and I'm sure Bert will want to help too.
Yeah,
the two of us could probably.
Don't let him bring that axe though. We don't need no axe. You know, don't let him try to use that axe like a hammer. That's a bad idea.
I don't allow when I'm working. I tell him keep that shit away.
I did a copy of the Space Arcus cookbook.
And an accidental nuke detonation inside our own ship would be a very bad thing.
I hate when that happens. Well, it's a lot of cleanup.
It'd only be bad for half a moment, and then it's really not our problem anymore.
That's true. All right, well, better get on our way before, say doom fuckers just drop out of nowhere.
Let's avoid any explosions. I don't want to see what a C team looks like.
You don't want to know.
All right.
I'm kind of curious now.
So you guys leave Space Station Pharaoh with your assorted boxes of your nuke to assemble.
Yes.
And back on the
and
ship.
also the uncut copy of the Tentacle of Seville as well. Classic movie. Classic.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, where to now?
Let's see. Have the sisters move into position to kind of blockade that place?
They have got 3 ships there. There's one ship that's actively scanning the diamond base, and they have not seen anything come in or out.
Well, we better hop on over there before any random ass, black tendril crystally shenanigans happens and we lose another ship.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, Peter, about how many people did I see on the ship as I went through it?
Let's see. The dishwasher, the pea washer.
Yeah, the pea washer.
1, 2, 3, 6.
6 guys in the first area.
Yeah, like 6. You killed
2.
One.
Well, 1 I killed, the other ran
with
away.
Darrow. Then there was another worker. No, there was. Yeah, there was like.
Wasn't there like a whole gaggle fuck of them out
Yeah,
in
there
that
was
big
like
area?
10 of them in that storage facility.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the guy who was putting the crystals up.
Okay, so about 30 people, give or take, that I saw immediately on the way to the crystals.
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Montana, I got to go through about 30 of them, so give me a couple of hours and I'll just kill them one at a time, and then you can bring the Nuke on board.
Why don't we just send you with a strike force? I mean, they didn't seem to be the best of fighters. I would think, you know, a firing line of sisters ought to do the trick really, really quick.
True. But it might also be good not to raise an alarm by just killing them slowly.
That's true.
We don't know how big the ship actually is inside.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Well, we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, figure it out as we go.
We're good at that.
Alrighty. So you jump back into that space, into the space lane, with your emission dampeners on, right?
Yep.
And begin to make your way over to the diamond base.
Thing.
Yeah, we're not quite
There's
sure
a
what
couple
it is.
random parts that are kind of floating by. You realize they're from the battleship that exploded.
I'm not
Oh,
going anywhere near them. I'm
Yeah.
keeping my distance.
Keep a distance. We ain't need none of that there black tendril shit.
Most of it is gone.
Can we use the tractor beam to push any debris that comes close out of the way?
Right.
Yeah.
Be gone, the thought! I'm fucking with that shit.
So you know approximately where the back door is of this thing, since you've been there once.
Mhm.
It is not open currently at this time.
Give it a minute. Someone has to go.
How do we want to do it, Mr. Montana?
Yeah, I'd say probably best to have you go in and then, you know, Obi, how do you feel like about going in with a complement of sisters to watch you while you start putting that thing together? You know, kind of keep you safe while you're putting her together inside there.
Well, I figured I could just give it a little bit of time, wait for Miyoko to clear out the first little area, and then at that point, you know, me, Bert, some sisters to Karma can then roll in, secure the room, and they can watch Bert and I as we reassemble it.
That sounds like a better plan than I was thinking. Let's go with that one.
Now, Bert, you've been flirting with the sisters since they got back. Did any of them seem different to you or acting oddly?
I can't hear Bert.
I can't
I
either.
can't hear him speak. That's a first.
That's
Usually he's so goddamn loud you can't not hear him.
I
a
know.
relief. Did any of them seem like they didn't care about anything you were saying for once, Bert?
They were speechless.
I think he's dumbfounded.
Well, I guess he's not quite sure then. Mr. Montana, you might want to make sure that nothing's happened to any of them. You know, they all have faces and everything still.
Oh, yeah. Everybody check your buddy. Make sure they ain't got no face.
Make sure their face is still there. Cut off your
One of
faces, friend.
the sisters who is representing the rest of them has inquired about the fact that they've heard you talk about big bucks.
Yeah.
And since their bank accounts are now like zeroed out.
Well, I mean, we can get something rolling there, I suppose. Let's see. Well, technically, are you even still working for MT20 right now since ain't nobody got no money? Or 20MT?
Working for you because you hired us.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like the sisters in general, like as a whole.
They would have to inquire about. They would have to find out from them.
All right. Well, for starters, for you guys now, I'd say we'll go ahead and, we can't. Oh, well, we did just start up the economy, so I mean, we ain't overinflated our the value of big bucks yet. So I would say whatever your salary was before on space bucks, we'll go ahead and slap you out that in big bucks. Basically, yeah, the idea is basically to just completely replace space bucks exactly the way they were, only they're called big bucks now. That's the plan. Fuck Sindoom's whole like trade your way to get their money, I'm just gonna give you back what you had before. That's my plan.
They like this plan. They're fully behind it.
Yeah, everyone comes with a firm handshake. All right, so.
All right, so the plan is Miyako's going in with a strike team, or Miyako going in by herself?
Army of one. I'm a rogue.
Yeah, we're sending her in at first to secure like the first area, and as soon as that's secured, we'll send in Obi and Bert and some sisters, to guard Obi and Bert while they build the bomb.
Okay. 1 hour passes. It is not open.
God damn, someone's pinching her off awful hard in there.
Yoko's just literally floating right outside, stomping her foot on the ground like...
Right, impatient toe tapping. God, we should have left some laxatives in there or something.
2 hours passed. It is not open.
That they're keeping it now. They realize that's how we got in last time. Now they're just gonna store their stuff. Their filth.
Can I go up to where that hole is and see if I can see a seam or something, or how it opens?
You can give me a notice roll.
No, I don't think I can, actually. Let's be honest here. Oh, well, actually, maybe I can. That's, I like that. That's a, 11.
So you find very fine seam, which to the naked eye you would not notice, but just the fact that you've seen it open before gives you an idea where it is.
Can I take out my meta tool and start trying to cut my way in via the seam?
Does it seem to be having any effect? If not, we can tractor beam you out one of them there, laser cutter excavators. See if that makes a dent in her.
Just send me a crowbar. I'll take care of this.
Or we could also just send Bert with you. He can use his axe to see if the axe might cut through it.
Oh, that's true. Try that purple shit.
Have him wait outside the door as he cuts it open. Then, as soon as you clear the room, he can be the first one in.
Yeah, let's give that a good old college try.
That could work.
Bert, get your skinny ass out. Well, I guess you ain't skinny, but get your ass out there and try and hack open that door with your axe.
Seems very quiet. I wonder if he's okay.
I think he swallowed a bug or something.
Oh, shit.
So Bert strikes the where the seam is. It doesn't seem to.
Doesn't seem.
Oh yeah. It goes right into where the seam is. It doesn't seem to affect the obsidian, but it causes the door to begin to open.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Okay. Hold it open.
It slowly opens.
Squeeze on in there. Don't forget your air freshener.
All right. You are now in there. The force field is ahead of you.
Do I see anyone looking down at me through the force field with assault rifles?
No.
Good. I'm going to go up there and sneak my way in.
Okay, give me a snack roll.
Snack's out for Harambe.
Obi, get me that live footage.
Beep boop.
14 total.
Oh, there she is on the big screen.
Easily move through the force field and around the corner. You met the first guy who was cleaning the chamber pots. There are 2 broken chamber pots on the ground. Nothing else is here other than a shelf.
Was that shelf there last time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All the chamber pots are gone because they're all full right now.
Is the shelf laughing at me? Does the shelf have teeth? Is it a mimic shelf?
The shelf bites your leg off.
Oh, yeah. Did not expect that. I don't see anyone in here, though.
Nope.
Okay, I'll continue on then. And I'm going to look around at the roof and at the floor and at everything, see if I see any signs of a scuffle, of violence, of broken chamber pottage.
Nope.
Okay. And make my way downtown. See what's in there.
You come up to the next door, which you knocked and opened last time. It is slightly ajar.
How can a door be ajar? Do I happen to see any hands or arms or tentacles coming out of the ajar door?
No.
I will slowly try and open it and look inside.
It is pitch black. Before
Infrared.
this is the room that had the 5 lights.
Mhm.
They were using the headlamps. So you scan this room for infrared. There's nobody in here except those 5 pillars. And you see like a broken tub and some water in a couple spots.
They all
This
up
is-
and leave?
It's not good. Hold on. Let me continue through here. And I'll continue sneakily.
Maybe we got lucky and maybe all the guys decided to walk up to the crystal on the inside with the reactor right as soon as we clicked to blow it up. And they all just
Or maybe they were doing some kind of ritual.
The worship day, yeah. Well, I do have infrared and low light vision with my suit built into it. And do I see any discoloration that could be blood stains on the floor or the carpet? Nothing on the walls?
Nope. You go up the steps, and this is where the Darrow was.
Yep. Is his body still here?
No, it's gone. There's no body here. There's a table. There's nothing on his table. His filing cabinet is empty.
Is his blood still there? From when I killed him?
No.
Damn, they cleaned it already?
Something's very wrong here. Is
This
it possible that they're perhaps going in and out of phase like the battleship was? Maybe the people
I don't
themselves
know.
can transfer. I'm
You know,
conjecturing
there
here.
was a, there was, some talk at one point about, like other planes of existence kind of thing. I think that their pirate, what was his name? That traveling feller
Steven?
explained everything to us. And, like there's, I think he was explaining that they were on some kind of different, like there were 2 different things. I don't know. Maybe they're not like in the here world, but like in the other world.
This is all far too confusing to me. I just prefer guns and shooting things.
Yeah, I like it when things are, non-magic involved. It complicates things. Makes my head hurt
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Am I getting an oxygen reading inside of this ship?
Yes.
Is there a breathable atmosphere in here?
Yes.
Is my suit detecting any foreign bodies within here that would be possibly harmful or strange?
Anything funky in the air?
How many people had COVID-19 on this vessel before we started?
All of them.
everyone.
You're fucked. It's a plague ship.
This is what we did with all the people who had it at the end of 2020.
You hear some talking coming from the next room. Mo, mo. Mo, mo, mo. Mo, mo, mo.
Oh shit! Oh, did you finish that translator thingy?
I wasn't working on it. That was Galileo.
Oh, Galileo, did you finish that translator thingy?
I wasn't working on it. That was Obi.
Shit.
You guys got duped.
Shit.
Working with Modric is tough.
I fully understand that one.
I have translated over all of the curse words.
Fuck, shit, damn, God, Jesus. Dag, damn it.
Well, shit.
Hashtag Ford. Yeah, I'm gonna peek around the corner snackily.
You peek around the corner. This is the room that had the huge metal grate.
Mhm.
It's like, what did you say, 30 meters across?
30 meters, yeah.
There are 5 bald-headed dudes in here, very similar to you'd seen before, that was washing the chamber pots. They have like staffs that have like torches in them. They're all standing around this grate.
Do I see anything inside the grate with my low light IR shirt?
Not from the angle that you are at right now.
Do I see anything on the floor from the grate or on the ceiling, like tentacles as was described to me?
No, you pick up, there's some cracks in the obsidian next to the grate, and there's a little bit of moisture around there.
How close are all these people standing together?
They're equally spaced around the grate.
Okay, so within a 30-meter radius?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how far away from me are they?
You're about 15 meters away.
Oh, okay. I am going to snackily get a death pack, 2 of them, and shape them inwardly like this at the door frame, and I'm going to run a tripwire and a command detonator to each across the door frame at about calf level. And I'm also going to go ahead and prepare a command detonator with a radio switch. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend the next minute lining up a shot with my rifle to do an execution shot on one of them. For being very snacky.
Okay, so you are setting up a tripwire on the steps behind you?
No, right in front of me by the doorway.
Okay, all right. Because there are steps that lead down into this room. So right in front of that doorway, you're going to set up...
A tripwire, yep.
Okay, and where's the next one going to go?
That's going to have 2. It's going to be shaped charges, and they're going to face each other.
Yeah,
So if someone comes in, the blast is going to be directed towards both of them.
Ooh, gotcha. Okay. And you're going to set up an execution shot for 1 minute.
Yep. 1 minute of being snacky.
Okay. So as you take your position and sit there and begin to wait, another figure comes in. Looks the same. He's got like some kind of tool, like a big bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts messing with that grate.
What does he appear to be doing with it?
He's trying to like pop it out, like wedge it loose.
Adjust aim slightly because this takes a minute to do for some reason. I'm very patient. Let's go. Aiming at the guy who's a tool.
Okay. 1 minute passes. You shoot him.
Yep. And that is, he's going to, let me get the execution thing up because it's very confusing.
He's getting assassinated.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Once the threat may shoot, the target's AC is irrelevant, assuming the weapon being used isn't too primitive to. Hitting the target is a dex shoot skill check with a difficulty of 6 points for point blank, 8 for the weapon's normal range, or 10 for a shot at extreme range. So I need to roll that if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That's 8 plus That's 10 total to hit them. So that should hit, I hope.
Yeah, you just you execute him and kill him.
Okay. And they don't take. It does maximum damage, and the victim must make a physical saving throw at a penalty equal to the attacker's combat skill. For me, that's 5, or they will be mortally wounded on the spot.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, okay. Does anyone turn around after the guy with the wrench explodes?
Let's see.
Ink missed.
No, they don't care about the guy. Just a workplace casualty.
Well, then take another minute and aim for the next one.
People just randomly explode all the time here.
I do have a silencer on this sniper rifle. I don't know if that makes a difference.
So, 3 of them see that guy drop dead, and they drop their torches and begin to run out of the room. The one guy who's like closest to you, like freaks out with his torch and turns and just sort of makes a beeline for where you are, and he hits the tripwire and is obliterated. The last guy is just paralyzed in the room. He's dropped his torch. He's just looking around like freaking out.
Hey, it's cool, man. Bam! Just execute him as I walk past.
Yeah, he drops dead.
Good, good. I look at the place where they left from.
Yeah, they
Do I see
ran down
them running
they
away?
ran down the hallway. You can hear sloshing in this grate, underneath the
fine.
grate.
I hear sloshing under the grate.
Yeah.
I go up to the grate and look behind it, or through it, or whatever's making this grate so great.
You can see something moving down there.
Does it look humanoid in figure?
No.
No. Somehow, Mr. Montana, I don't think we want to introduce ourselves to this thing.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
Okay.
I'd say that's a no-go zone.
I'm going to take out a. I'm going to take off my camera from my helmet and position it so it can see the grate
Mm-hmm.
up on the wall. I'm going to say, "Okay, Mr. Montana, if you see anything,
It's in the
come out."
floor.
Oh, it's in the. Okay, yes. I'm just going to position it so it can see if anything comes out of the grate.
Okay.
I'm going to continue on in then.
Okay. So you have more than one camera?
No, I just have the one, but I have the radio still.
Okay. So now Big Montana's watching Grape.
Yeah, whatever's down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll continue down the hall slowly and sneakily.
It's like one of them computer screensavers, you know.
You can hear footsteps go up up these stairs. They echo in this room, and go down a hallway. As you follow along, you look into the next room, and this is the storage facility, and it is empty.
No signs of a struggle or blood or anything.
No, the 3 of them are running. They have turned and are running towards where the beholder was.
Okay. Just keep making my way there. And I'm going to do a running there. They're going through the storage bay and heading towards where that creature thing was with the multiple eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to continue. I'll continue following for now because that's where the crystal was.
So as you go up, you realize they went through the door. Like if you would have turned left, go up this hallway, that's where the beholder was. But the door has been left open in this room. And this is where the guy with those that had the wraps and had the crystals was located. There are no crystals here. Whatever he was using is all gone. And you hear the door open to where the room where the crystal was. And then it closes.
I make my way towards the crystal and I say, the room where all the little crystals were is empty now, but the room where the big crystal is now has the doors opened and closed. I'm going to investigate it.
As Big Montana finishes putting his mini corn dogs in the oven.
Oh, gross. I thought those were chicken nuggets.
All them are mini corn dogs, man.
What do you mean as you put mini corn dog? Mr. Montana, are you busy eating in the middle of a mission?
Maybe.
And in front of his monitor, he's got his little tiny microwave next to his chair.
Hell yeah.
Let's be honest, if we had an option of a mini fridge and a microwave next to our desks, every one of us would do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm tempted to buy a second one just to put down here in the basement.
A mini fridge with a microwave on top, and on top of the microwave is a little tiny Foreman grill.
I already got the mini fridge.
On top of the Foreman grill is a stripper pole where the wife goes.
Yep.
One-stop shopping.
Perfect. Walmart. Hashtag. So I'm going to continue towards the door.
I guess at this point, I think Miyoko has gone in further enough. I mean, we have started moving all of our people and our bomb supplies through the poop chute.
Mm-hmm. Taking them to Brown Town.
Right,
through that back door.
You start to move into the obsidian.
How many sisters do you think we want with us? Maybe 4?
I take 6 just to be sure.
All right. So I guess we'll have 3 of them go in, then Bert and I with the supplies, and then 3 follow us in.
Okay.
Don't forget to wedge the door open.
Oh, yes, Bert will wait at the end with the axe, making sure it stays open.
He's just standing there, axe in one hand, holding it up.
So how far are you going in with the supplies?
Probably just to get to our room where we can walk around. Probably that first room with the broken pee basins.
I don't know. I think it might be better to go in that supply room where they had all the big chunks of ship and whatnot. That seems like more of a central place.
Well, I was just thinking we could, start here. We can start reassembling it, and then at that point we can kind of move it around if we need to.
That's true. That's a good idea.
The hardest part is just getting it through the small little poop chute.
Yeah.
Let's think for a minute. Peter, based on what we've seen so far, would the doorways be big enough to get a nuke through them?
There's a couple of the hallways that might be kind of tricky.
Might have to assemble it right inside of the crystal area then.
Well, I think this right next to the door is kind of nice. We can at least put a lot of the smaller pieces together, and then just have 4 or 5 of the larger pieces that then need to be connected, and we can kind of move them around that way.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
No. Once again, Miyoko wouldn't know this, but your guys would, which is the last time we tried dropping a nuke on some pyramid crystal shit, it just absorbed all the power from it.
Yeah, but that was that weird, anti-matter fieldy thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it nothing else, it should vaporize everything on the inside of this thing. Anything living.
Yeah, I mean, if the crystal itself can't be destroyed, we can at least destroy everything inside the crystal.
Yeah, everything that has things that don't like radiation up in here is going to be very dead.
Mr. Montana, is the grate moving?
I don't know. He's going to click the tuner back to the grate.
Sorry, I was watching my mini corn dogs.
You had the tuner tuned to your corn dogs.
He's watching him go around and around in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
He put a camera in the oven.
Give me a notice roll.
All right.
Is that for the corn dogs or for the...
That's a 5.
I mean, you see a little bit of water moving down, but that's it.
It just looks wet.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem then.
So you are in front of this door.
Yep, waiting for it to open again.
Okay.
I'll wait about 3 or 4 minutes, and if nothing happens, I'll make my own way in.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Well, I figured. Is there a door handle on it?
No.
No? What is it, a push door, a
No,
slide
it looks
door?
like it's a slide door. It looks to be like a door that you're used to seeing.
How thick would I guess it is?
Are you looking for use a debt charge?
Yeah, because that can penetrate through up to 2 meters of concrete.
Yeah, you would guess that debt charge would do it.
Okay. Well, I'm going in loud again, guys. Place debt charge, shape it, step about, I don't know, 10 meters back, and then make it go boom.
Okay. It's a boom. You have blasted a hole in this door.
I pie the corner.
You look into this room that at one time had the levitating black crystals that were put together. It is not there in the room anymore. Instead, in the room is this large cylindrical whirling disc. There are like 5 guys in here. The 3 bald-headed dudes that you saw that ran out are standing around, and they have got stacks of like crates of boxes, and they're picking them up and literally throwing them into this whirling thing, and they're just vanishing.
How far away from me are they? The people?
They would be 30 meters.
30 meters. Let me take a quick mathematical equation here. I've gone ahead and run this scenario 6,427 times, and only one of them do I survive. Did they even notice I blew the door out?
Yes, they did. They did notice that you blew the door.
Okay. Frisbee a demo charge into the center of them. As best I can.
All right.
Yep.
Give me an attack roll.
Attack roll.
I tell you, them explosives is a force multiplier.
I miss Betty sometimes. Does a 19 do it?
Yes, you managed to throw it exactly where you want it. So what's the damage on that?
That is 3d10, so let me roll that. Ooh, that was really close. That's a 28. Nice. And it hits everyone in, I believe, what's the radius? Within 20 meters. And they can make an evasion saving throw for half.
All right.
Blow them skeevy bastards to hell.
So, you big explosion. Give me an initiative roll.
Ooh. I'm so happy. Let's see. D8 plus my very nice little dex modifier. That is a total of 8.
All right, you're up first. So as you peek back into the room, there's a large explosion. You see some of the boxes have been ripped apart. A few black crystals come falling out. There's looks like equipment and stuff are strewn about. 2 of them are killed instantly. They're just like vaporized. One seemed to anticipate what you're about to do and rolled right out of the way and took no damage. The other 2 look staggered. They've been hit.
Well, you said I'm 30 meters away from them?
Yeah.
And that would be number 4. I still got 2 more dead packs, so toss another one in and then eat the fuck out. Boogie out my back door there, another 10 meters out.
All right.
I'm so happy I started making it standard to bring 6 of these things along with me.
That's good.
19 again. Exact same roll.
All right.
Boom, boom, motherfucker.
And that is 22 damage, or half if they save.
Because this moment in the last 2 days, the dwarves learned a lot about high explosives.
So this, before they can act, another explosion rips through here, destroying the rest of these boxes. Some of the pieces are blown like into the swirling thing and sucked in, and some of the dwarf parts are sucked in. They're all dead. It's just a
Dwarf
big
giblets.
bloody mess.
Mr. Montana?
Yeah.
It's no longer a crystal. It's now a bunch of... it's now a swirling orb that they seem to be feeding stuff into it. It looks like they were feeding the crystals into the orb itself.
Like a portal?
I guess that would be the best way. Almost like a wormhole kind of bullshittery here.
Oh, they fucking escaping.
Well, they're dead, actually. They exploded.
Well, yeah, but there used to be a lot more of them.
Or maybe they too were fed into the furnaces, and these were the weird Darrow people that he
I don't know.
referred to? I'm not sure. Can I tell by any of the surviving heads if they were Darrow or the regular ones?
They did not appear to be Darrow.
Okay.
You know.
I try not to.
Oh, I just had an idea.
And
Was
it's gone.
Well, let me contact the other sister ships real quick. Big Montana's gonna get them all on like a conference call essentially. Do any of you have an extra thermonuclear device on board your ship?
Check in the back. That's normally where we keep them. Recreational nukes.
Give me a percent roll.
All right.
We're the Sisters of Karma, not the Sisters
88.
of Betty.
88.
No, they're fresh out of stock.
Damn.
Someone named Betty took all of them.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Well, if it is some kind of portal, a nuke on a short fuse would, I think, fit quite nicely through that hole.
Well, when Obi gets up here, I'll see if he can rig up one of the cameras from the power arm, and we can put it on a stick and send it into the portal and hold it there and see if we get a signal.
Oh, yeah, tired to the string, yeah.
I would be hoping for something a bit more complex than that, but sure, string's fine.
Yeah, it's like fishing, you know, you just kind of, yeah.
Are there any limbs still on the floor anywhere, Peter?
Yes.
Can I pick up an arm and kind of push it through the portal and see if I can pull it back out again, or does it get sucked in?
You get close enough, it begins to suck it in.
It begins to suck it in?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a sucker, unfortunately.
Well, that just makes it easier to get a nuke through.
But we're not sure what's on the other side.
Well, I don't care what's on the other side, wherever it is. All these little bastards are going there. Can't be a good place.
Well, they weren't actually trying to go in there. They were throwing things in there, like the crystals themselves.
Yeah, but I don't think they were trying to get rid of that stuff. I think they're just, you know, it's kind of like transporting it to somewhere else, you know?
It might also have been a power furnace for them, almost like a steam engine on a locomotive.
I don't know. It awfully powerfully reminds me of you weren't there, but we were on the planet that ceased to exist a while back. There's these big disc things around. It made some kind of portal to another world, and these things were coming out, and this really big motherfucker, scary ass looking bastard that was invisible until I hosed him down with lube. But yeah, it was quite the nightmare fuel type experience. But I'm thinking this portal's something kind of like that going on.
What do you mean things came out of the portal? What did they look like?
So, like, take you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stretch your legs out ridiculously long. Stretch your arms out ridiculously long.
That's not needed.
Give you a nightmarish face. About
It's
that.
like
habit.
Gumby.
But they're all dark, like they're just completely shadowed. That's that.
I turn on the flashlight on my helmet. Are there any unexpected shadows anywhere?
No.
No.
And then they screamed real loud whenever you hit them, and it hurt, and it made my ears bleed, and I almost died a lot.
Forgot about that.
Obi, how far have you gotten with your assembly of the bomb? Like, what room are you going to?
Well, we were in the P room, that first kind of open area.
Yeah.
We were assembling all the small bits and everything to make a handful of larger bits to move around. So I honestly have no idea how long it takes to assemble a bomb.
About 20 minutes.
Say I know.
You can make a fix roll.
Depends on how far it was disassembled before we started putting it back together.
I know. Bert also has a +2 on his fix. You know, if the two of us are working together, hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Granted that, we're not putting every tiny piece together. And I got a 15.
Doesn't take you long at all to get these main pieces, smaller pieces, all assembled. You and Bert working together.
Okay. After we get most of all the small bits together, at that point we're kind of just waiting on Miyoko to, wherever we decide we want to put this thing at, then we could start shuffling the larger pieces through the area she walked through.
Okay, so as you're sitting there, you've got it assembled, and the sisters are reconning the rest of the moving out through the rest of this base. You hear footsteps come into the P room from the other room. It is a small child that is ginger-headed.
Oh, that's not good for him.
Oh, God, kill it. It has no soul. It wants yours.
What you doing?
Hey, we're building something.
It looks neat.
Likes meat?
It looks neat.
Oh. But he said, I like meat. And I was like, well, all right, kid. You just made this incredibly weird.
Have you ever heard of Epstein? Did you know the ship's called the Lolita Express?
I'm gonna talk quietly, radio to the ship. Hey, Pops. We got a little ginger kid in here.
Well, I don't think he's mine. I ain't got no ginger on me.
That's not what I was saying, but at the same time, he probably is yours.
Well,
we already decided 10% chance.
Who are you talking to?
Is he real?
I have an imaginary friend.
Poke him with a stick, see if he's real.
Try a DNA scan to see if it's Big Montana's.
Yeah, poke him with a stick, see if he's real.
Power armor. I don't know if
this place is all kinds of fucky with magic and shit. See if he's real. Poke him with a stick.
I have my power armor, so I'll use my scanner and make sure he gives off like normal like infrared readings, like heat signatures.
Yes, she does.
Oh, it's a little girl.
Yep.
Oh, that's just even creepier.
Have you seen my doll? I'm missing my doll.
I sure haven't. So do you live here?
We did. Now we're moving.
Oh.
Until we have to move.
Where to?
I'll repeat that. Where to?
Just where Dad says.
Who's your daddy?
I guess the little kid probably just called Dad. But
You know someone named Big Montana?
That's my last name.
They call me Little Mississippi.
It's not Big Montana's daughter. It's his granddaughter.
Oh,
Mhm.
jeez.
Well, I don't know.
So
Ask where her
the rest of
father
your
is.
family's in the other room.
Yeah, most of them are left.
You're here by yourself now.
I hope not. It's scary.
Okay, well, I guess when we leave, you can come with us, and we'll try and find you where your parents went.
I ain't got no kid stuff on my ship.
Explosions in the background.
It's scary here. Boom in the background.
So what you making?
A gadget, you know, it doesn't have a whole lot of good purpose. It helps clean things up.
Tell her it's a sculpture.
Oh, clean stuff. And she
Yeah,
points like
in a way,
the chamber pots.
It could probably clean all the chamber pots at once.
Wow. I pooped in one.
Neat. Hopefully that one got cleaned well.
She walks over and's like, I can't find it. It's around here somewhere. I guess they
Oh,
took
that's fine.
it.
You don't need to find it. It's okay.
Well,
I'll ask the sisters of Karma over the radio if they've checked out the rest of the rooms. Since they were kind of scouting ahead.
Yeah, they have gotten to. They've pretty much gotten to the whole place except, yeah, they've gotten to the blast hole. There's a couple sisters there, and they've found Miyako.
Now tell everyone, don't go near that grate in the ground back there.
ask her where she last saw her family.
I'll repeat that.
Well, Papa, I was on his magic flying ship, and we came here. But he said it wasn't safe anymore. We had to leave.
About how long ago was that?
How long ago was what?
When you guys came here on that ship?
I don't know. It was a long time.
And so you've just been here by yourself then for a while?
No, I got other brothers and sisters.
Bert, why don't you take a couple of a sister with you and follow, like, have this little girl lead you to where the rest of her family is?
I gotta find my doll first.
What's your doll look like?
It's like this big.
I will scan around the room, see if I see it in here.
Give me a notice roll.
I got a 7.
So, underneath one of the broken pots, you see something that would look like a doll.
Was that broken pot clean?
For the most part.
So then the doll is for the most part clean.
Correct.
I'm not gonna pick it up, but I'll point at the little girl. Hey, is that your doll?
Oh, here it is. She goes running over to it and pushes the yucky. Pushes the pieces over and goes to grab it. Give me a D4 roll.
Which Slim is he losing today?
A 1.
So she picks up this doll. It looks remarkably like Miyako.
Uh-oh. Peter, is it really time to give away my backstory? Shit.
Oofda.
Miyako, you dropped your voodoo doll.
I beg your pardon?
So it's all yucky, and she starts like shaking it.
Which do I take?
It's Miyako just starts.
Flailing and falls right into the portal.
Houdini!
And that's it for that character.
Oh, so my next character is going to be an Italian stripper from the Himalayas.
One of your characters could be one of these, this little girl's siblings.
Ooh, I could be the little girl.
Give me a physical save.
Ooh, wait, which one? Me?
Yeah, you.
Why'd you do this to me,
I'm not
Peter?
in any danger.
Why would you make me roll a 7, Peter, and fail my physical save? Why? Why? How much do I take?
You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oof, I did not need that.
As the sisters stand there, like, looks like you're going into convulsions. And you start flailing around the room.
I'm gonna radio back to Miyoko. Miyoko, this doll looks a lot like you.
Shut up, I'm doing the funky chicken.
Doing the stanky leg.
Can I speak, or am I beyond the... Yeah?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say... What do you mean a doll? I'm flailing around like a bloody idiot.
Well, she's flailing this doll around like an idiot.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound... Stop her from doing it then, please.
Hey there, little girl. I never introduced myself. My name's Obi. What's your name?
Yeah.
Name's Sarah.
Wow, Sarah. That's a pretty cool doll. Can I see that for a second? I'll let you see one of my tools. I'll hand her like a screwdriver.
I'm going to shove Bert in front of you.
See if she wants to trade.
Give me a talk roll.
Oh. Hey, that's pretty good. I rolled a 10, but I have a -1, so I got a 9.
That's my boy.
I don't know. It's kind of important to me. I guess I can let you look at it.
Yeah. I mean, you'll get it back. It's just... I just want to see it. Pretty neat.
So you have Pete is operational, correct?
Yes.
He springs out with his weapon drawn.
I will immediately turn him onto standby.
Okay.
Down, boy, down.
I will manually power him down.
All right. So
then
she hands you the doll,
And I will grab the doll.
and she's got the screwdriver.
Yep.
Ooh. And she walks over to what you've been working on, and she starts messing with it.
Oh, Lord.
What's that
Just kinda
glowing green thing in the middle
Like
of it?
a little kid would, just kind of poking at it?
Yeah.
Okay, not like forcefully stabbing it?
No.
Okay.
That's actually how, what was it, like 6 scientists died? They were messing with a plutonium, like 2 plutonium slabs, and then he was holding it up with a screwdriver, and it slipped, and they clapped together and released a shit ton of gamma radiation.
Damn.
Like 6 scientists died of radiation poisoning that way.
I'm so happy I'm not in that room.
Damn.
He's like, well, that was on the D100, but it is now.
All right, you have the doll.
Well, I will hold on to it then, and yeah, this is my friend Bert. Do you wanna show him where your brothers and sisters are? It'd be real cool to meet all them.
They probably already left, so I guess can I have my doll back?
Yeah, but I mean, I'll hold on to it for a little while you show him to where your brothers and sisters went to.
Tell her you're gonna clean it.
Yeah, I'll clean it for you, since it fell in that chamber pot.
Okay. Clean it good.
I will. I'm gonna make sure I dunk it in lots of water. I'm not actually gonna do that, but I say that I do that.
I ain't no like voodoo priest or nothing, but I've seen a lot of movies. Is there like a hair on it or something, or like a toenail, or I don't know, something?
Does she seem to want to go with Bert and one of the sisters to show?
Yeah,
them
she
around?
does. She's got the screwdriver, and as she goes by, she hits your little thing like dunk dunk, like the noise of it.
Roll for gamma radiation release.
Right. Starts whacking a plutonium core.
Yeah. So once she starts walking away, then I'll start analyzing the doll a little closer.
It seems like a cloth doll, but it looks a lot like Miyako.
Can I move, or am I pinned?
You can
now
move,
by-
yeah, you're fine, yeah.
Oh, good. I'm leaving the room with the giant circular thing in it, so I'm away.
Okay.
Whatever that was, I don't want to do it again.
I will, even though I don't want the pee-covered doll in my backpack, I will stash it away in my backpack
All right.
It's not
in a
pee-covered,
safe
it's
compartment,
All right.
not the one with all the screws and stuff in it.
So, Big Montana, you've got one of your videos watching the grate, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see the camera pick up, and you see a ginger-headed girl. Somebody's holding the camera. What's this?
Oh shit! She took the camera off the grate. I can't see nothing.
And tell Bert to take it away from her and put
Hello?
it back down there.
I guess, yeah, I mean, if Bert's there with her, then, I mean, his camera would be watching her and
Yeah.
picking up the camera.
Let's be honest, he'd have hit her with an axe by now if he was here.
And now that Obi is not next to me, I will summon my axe and murder this child.
And defend Obi. I swear, if this little girl happens to be a dragon or some shit, I'm gonna completely shit myself.
No, she's just undead.
Same thing.
So
Oh,
she
no,
picks
yeah.
up the camera, looks at it, and then just drops it down. Okay, fine. You
My
hear
camera
Bert-
casts fireball.
You hear Bert fussing at her to put it down.
Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass so hard, little girl.
I'm waiting for the inevitable scuffle with, as one does, just trying to take something from a child and then the object being dropped. As the camera just spirals down into the grate and in the water.
You see
Drop the
some-
camera! Drop the camera! Bam, 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 bam. She
All
had
right,
a gun.
so Miyako, you've stepped out of that room.
Yes, it's safer out here where I can't randomly flail into it like a magic hop on crack.
Okay.
Do I hear screaming from inside the room after I leave?
No, the sisters kind of look at you and then go in the room and just kind of do a little bit of investigating. They don't go very far.
Don't go towards the object in there. It sucks you in at some point.
I think I watched a movie a long time ago and they said to get rid of a voodoo doll, the person, the dolls that it's made of has to be the one to destroy it.
Well, then where do I have to go to destroy it?
Well, no, like you have to physically be the one to like take apart the doll, otherwise it might kill you. Otherwise,
Okay, Obi.
that's what the last movie I watched on the subject told me.
Was there a section in the VHS tapes on voodoo dolls?
No, it was a Ghetto Bayou Man in the Hood 5.
Classic. Obi,
Mhm.
where are you? Obi, I'm coming to you to get rid of that thing.
Okay. Well, I'm in that first P room.
Oh, Christ. Okay, I'm coming. And I'll get up and start walking over there.
Which is perfect, because I could use your hands to help move the bomb. It's pretty much done.
Not where I bought the sisters for slave labor. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's a few pieces, so they can help carry them.
I'll make my way over to Obi's.
All right, so you are walking that way. You head down the steps and you go past the room with the grate and the camera.
Does the grate do anything?
No.
Does the camera still work?
Yep.
I pick the camera up and set it back down, looking at the grate again.
So wait, did she end up actually going down into it then?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
oh, she's still standing there then.
No, she headed out of that room.
Oh. I must have missed that part.
Do I notice anything about the grate? Is there still movement inside of it?
Yeah, there's still something sloshing down in there. Big Montana, give me a notice roll.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh.
That is 4.
The corn dogs are fucking awesome.
I know them are good little bastards. I got some ranch to dip them in.
All right, you make Miyako. I guess you would head to see Obi, or
Yep, I'm seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi.
all right, you make your way all the way down, and you make it to where Obi is.
Okay, what am I supposed to do with this thing, Mr. Montana?
Well, Ghetto Voodoo Man in the Hood 5 says you're supposed to be the one taking part, but then Voodoo My Hoodoo says you're supposed to douse it in some holy water.
What
So
you want me to
take your
piss on the
pick.
fucking thing, or what do you want me to do with it?
So
Well, I
don't
don't
worry,
know,
it's
take
already
your
covered in
pick.
pee.
Well, you hand
I
it
don't
to
know, I
me real
guess
fast.
Try it like slowly taking it apart. If it starts to hurt, I guess stop.
Okay, I pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Do I die?
No.
Okay, so it's not like a
Yeah.
time paradox. And how's it woven and made?
Stitched.
Where are the stitches?
Like at the arms and the neck and the legs.
I wouldn't start with the neck.
I wouldn't either.
And maybe
I
start
go-
with a toe.
It's not. Doesn't have toes. It's a voodoo doll.
So start with one of the arms. That's the part I'm most familiar with if your arm were to fall off.
I go to the left arm and I start to slowly. First things first, I begin squeezing that part of the doll.
Squeezing what?
The arm of the doll, the left arm.
Okay. You feel pressure on your arm.
Well, that's very. Can I go with the idea where we just go ahead and bring the doll with us and then ask a professional like Diamond Courts what we do with this?
Well, I mean, Voodoo My Hoodoo's next suggestion is holy water.
Well, do we have any holy water?
No.
There's some pea water in the corner. I don't know.
Is that what they meant by holy water, Mr. Montana? Piss water?
No, I think it's supposed to be blessed by someone who believes in a lot of things.
I don't know of any preachers off the top of my head. Do you?
Well, that Diamond Courts feller was a preacher of sorts.
Well, how difficult would it be to get him on the line?
I don't know.
You can always just carry it on your person for now, because that's pretty much where it's going to be safest.
Yes,
Then
but if
something
anything
happens
causes
to you,
me to,
then
if
it all's
anything
with you.
causes me to bounce against anything though, or to fall on it, or anything, it's going to hurt badly.
We should get you a little metal box.
Yeah, Nick, a cushion. Can
You
I
want one
go?
of the chamber pots? You can store it in the chamber pot and then put it in your backpack.
I think that. Can I go ahead and look through the junk and see if I can find like a little dollhouse bed that I can put it in, and then a cigar box I can store it inside?
Yes,
of?
you can. You can find that. That would be.
Maybe a nice lunchbox.
Big Montana, give me another notice roll.
That's worse. That's a 3.
Okay. Okay. Corn
Good
dog
fucking
eating
corn
mofo.
dogs.
Uh-huh.
How many? You just keep pulling out new trays of them and eating them. These are really good.
Hey, goddamn, we have to get some more of these. Mm-hmm.
What
Them's
was
is
that?
tasty bastards.
With my voodoo doll in a nice little bed so it's comfortable and safe, I'm gonna go ahead and then help with the nuke.
Obi and Miyako, give me a notice roll.
Yeah, always do this right when I'm beginning to have fun. You take it away with notice rolls.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly.
I got a 12.
It's a 7.
All right, one of us
Uh,
got it.
You kind of hear something, but Obi, you distinctly hear something metal, like hitting the ground, echoing through these hallways.
Is it closer to Metallica or Megadeth in sound?
Definitely metallic.
I will announce what I've heard out loud and try and pinpoint where I heard it from. And And then I will now I will reactivate Pete, by the way.
Okay.
And now that I'm not worried he might murder the little girl.
Where do you hear it from, Obi?
Down the hallway.
I'm gonna peek my head out the door, rifle at the ready.
Okay, you don't see anything. There's nothing in here.
Are there any grates or ceiling vents or anything like that in here?
Nope.
Obi, stay back and stay safe. Call a couple of the other sisters down just in case. I'm gonna start making my way down the hallway.
Walking fast, faces past.
What y'all yammering about over there?
I wanted a new
Maybe
character anyway.
Just noise. She's checking it out right now.
The camera still looks like water, I think.
As you study that camera, you realize that it's at a weird angle.
Oh, that's not how that screensaver was before. Can I see any of the grate still?
No.
Grate's gone.
You see the little girl walk by with the screwdriver and smile.
Little girl's on her way back. Do I see Bert or the other sister?
No.
She probably ate them.
As you look at their video and watch it, you realize it's on some kind of weird loop. Same picture.
They just doing the same thing over and over again. I think something's fucked. Was she holding the screwdriver like a kitchen knife?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, bloody? Was it bloody?
No.
Well, it's not bloody, but she holding it like a kitchen knife. Watch your shins.
Call everyone back right now.
Everybody rendezvous back at the P room.
Have everyone do a check-in first.
Who's still alive?
So the three sisters that you met check in. They're all running back. And as they come into that room, they all stop as this huge tentacle comes out of the grate, and this creature begins to emerge.
Shit.
What would you like to do?
Counting on you, Mr. Montana, to tell us.
There's a thing in the room with tentacles. And the sisters, I'm assuming, are going to open fire on it.
Is it like that actor from The Tentacle of Seville?
Kind.
Well,
it's black and greasy.
Well, make sure they shoot the damn thing then. I'm coming.
Oh, I'm assuming they're going to open fire on it.
Pew, 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 pew,
Okay.
pew.
Yeah, they
pew,
start to
pew.
open fire on it. You can hear the little girl say, "Don't hurt my friend."
This is why I hate little girls.
Your friend's a bundle of cocks.
What a great thing to say to a little kid.
The minute you say that, all the sisters stop firing and go, bundle of cocks.
Hashtag Pornhub.
Hashtag big bucks.
All right, so Miyako, you make your way. You're on the opposite side, and you see this huge octopus-like creature coming out of the grate.
Does it look organic?
Yes.
Okay, then. Yeah.
Quick, throw your voodoo doll at it.
I'm not going to throw anything at it. Fucking. Does it look like the sister shooting at it hurt it?
From this angle, yes.
Does the little girl, is she still there?
Yes.
Whew. Do I let the thing enter a rage, or do I go ahead and assume the little girl is innocent in all this? Bert is missing. Oh.
I'd say she probably killed him.
Okay, then in that case, she goes first.
Punt her in the hole.
Yeet the little girl!
Just like right off the edge.
Yeah, but I think the tentacle's on her side. I'm just going to shoot her. That's easier.
Okay.
Are all the other sisters in here dead?
There's only 3 in here, and they're at the other opposite side of the room, and they're just taking positions and firing.
How big is this room?
I think it's, let's see, if the grate is 30, it's got to be 60 across.
Okay, how big is the, how far is the girl?
She's probably 40 away.
40 away from it? Shit. Okay,
45.
yeah. Okay, everyone, fall back into that hole and keep shooting. And I'm just gonna lift up my rifle, pop the little girl.
Okay.
It's a trap! Yeah. Ridiculously high number. Does it hit in the 20s?
That's a hit.
Okay, that works for me. And we said this was, yep. That's
If it is a little girl, it's a little girl from a different world where little girls aren't little girls.
I mean,
so much mathematics with this.
I mean, a con is that she was ginger, but at the same time, her name was Sarah. It wasn't something like Gleeplorg or something weird. So
That's very true.
She had me tricked. I thought it was Gleek Globe. That is with the HP. How do you math again?
She never told you her last name. It could have been Sarah the Destroyer.
That's a 19 against Sarah, the Destroyer of Worlds.
Okay. 19 damage.
Yep.
So, yeah, she is bloodied. She just like, what are you shooting?
I'm shooting my G3 sniper rifle /
like,
assault rifle.
Just like
big bloody mess holding the screwdriver.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. My chance to hit was only 23. And I'm using hollow point ammunition, so that's another +5 damage to the shot. So it's 23 points of damage.
Yeah, she's organic. In bad shape.
Does she look happy?
Yes, she still has a smile on her face.
I moved 10 meters further back into the room.
She's running at you, giggling with the screwdriver, like shit.
So you hear some gunfire in the back of the room.
Keep falling back.
Big Montana, you're watching on the screen as the sisters are retreating, and then one sister turns on the other and starts firing at her.
Oh shit, they going crazy shooting each other.
I need to know that.
Shooting each other?
Yeah, one of them turned around and shot at the other.
Hopefully they don't have any more of these dolls.
Does a 19 hit you, Miyako?
A 19. Yep, that hits.
You take 3 damage from a screwdriver that it gets hurled across and penetrates your armor.
What type of arm does this girl have? Where's it penetrate my armor?
Near your shin.
Big Montana warned you about that.
God damn it. You need better armor.
All right,
Okay.
let's do some initiative rolls here.
Oh boy.
Isaiah, you're muted.
He's trying to get a hold of that one sister that's gone crazy. So, did you head that way, Obi?
I probably would have, especially if there wasn't any other sisters with me.
There should have been 2.
But I definitely would have been behind Miyoko the whole time and maybe not go into the room.
Okay. So your initiative is like blocked into 2 pieces now because you have Pete. So Pete can go right now.
Okay. Do we see anything?
I mean, you peek around, you can see this huge like octopus thing, and then you can see this girl who got shot.
Yeah, I mean, if I know that she threw my screwdriver like a weapon and not a tool,
yep,
I will shoot her. I will shoot with my pistol, and Pete will shoot with his pistol.
So Pete goes first, and then you will shoot on your initiative. So Pete always goes first because he is super fast.
Yeah. Okay. Almost like he's designed to be fast and robotic.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He Han Solos that shit.
Yes. Because it was built from a specific AI.
Han Solo shot first.
So Pete got a 12 for armor class. I mean, he shot at armor class 12.
Okay. She just kind of dodges out of the way.
Pigtail deflection.
Picturing she like doing like the little skipping thing, and she just like skips to the side out of the way of the shot, like all kinds of terrifyingly.
Miyako.
Obi, get to the nuke as fast as you can. And I see the little girl and just shoot her again. Why is she still alive? Stop living! 18 plus
Yeah, it's a hit.
7. Okay. That's exactly 19 damage.
So you shoot her, and she staggers and collapses and falls into the hole where the Leviathan is.
A Leviathan! Lovely.
Oh, did I say that? I meant octopus.
Oh, a hentai.
The Kraken. The crack
Lovely.
Leviathan.
Yeah.
How good does Big Montana feel after his exploits yesterday using his abilities?
I mean,
Does
he's
he feel
tired.
fucked still?
No, he's tired, but
Get Bert.
I mean,
He's missing.
you've had a good night's rest, and you've probably sufficiently eaten enough Tootsie Rolls.
And a lot of calories.
A lot of calories, yeah. So you could muster, something up.
Tootsie, they need you. Get your saw.
Does Tootsie have a theme song?
Okay.
More
So
importantly,
yeah, as soon as Tootsie shows up with his chainsaw, gonna send him in.
Okay. So
Big Montana is gonna try and picture Tootsie in the room with the Kraken and Miyoko and the sisters.
all right. So
more importantly, does the Tootsie also have a white cowboy hat?
Kraken, Miyoko, the sisters, and
Obi's
Tootsie.
outside of the room. Yep.
So Obi, you see Miyoko and the sisters and the Kraken all vanish.
Get to the nuke.
All right then. Apparently, I'm moving the nuke on my own. So
Why?
much for hired help.
Well, the sisters that were in the room, that's only 3 out of 6.
Yeah. You still have 2 that were there with you the whole time.
Before I run to the nuke, I am going to use my my armor scanners and see if I can't ping where, which direction Bert is at. If I can pick up on his armor, then I can maybe try and find him.
Yeah, you find Bert and one of the sisters both frozen in like a trance.
I will try and shake them and wake them up. I will assess them and see what I can figure out. And I will tell Big Montana, maybe you should call up Emma and get her on the phone.
You could do heal.
Don't bother, they both have a lot of health. Just shoot both of them to snap them out of it.
Kick him in the shin.
Well, because of my intelligence, I got a 9.
So it takes you a little bit, but you manage to get them both out of their trance-like states.
Okay, cool.
Flashing lights in front of their eyes and tapping them.
I would give them the quick scoop that little girl was a murderer and there's a Kraken thing, and then they all disappeared and we need to move.
And Bert looks pissed as he generates his axe and begins to actively scan for this girl to cut in half.
I'm pretty sure she died. I think Miyoko shot her down, but
Yeah, in the
They all
one
sort of
part of the chest is a small hole, in the other part of the chest is a small hole, then out her back there's these 2 huge holes from where the hollow point round went through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're getting the nuke.
yep.
Okay, we go to the temple, aka the pyramid, with Big Montana and Miyako and the Leviathan and the Sisters of Karma.
And the
Oh,
Tootsie.
and Averil.
And the Tootsie Roll. Yes.
Yep.
And Avril Lavigne. Yep. The Beholder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he still there?
You don't see him right now in this room. It's a pretty big room.
Do we hear any early 2000s skateboard music playing anywhere?
No, there's no teenage angst either.
Shit! It's
Yeah.
not
Well,
him.
there's always teenage angst. It never
Get
goes
him,
away.
boy.
All right, give me an initiative roll for your.
Here's the big question: where are we located in comparison to each other now?
That's a 7.
You're in the same. You're on one side and the sisters are on the other. I mean, yeah.
Am I on the side with the exit or the side with the wall?
You notice there's some light from behind you, so yeah, there's an exit that way.
And how many meters is this place?
Since it's dark, it's hard to tell, but the Leviathan looks kind of scrunched in this one corner.
Oh, that's definitely not what I wanted to see.
I'm sorry, what'd you get?
It's a 7 for the Tootsie and a 7 for Big Montana as well.
My God,
My God.
my life, it's over.
Get him, Toots.
So the Leviathan
Oh,
goes
no.
first.
I did kill his daughter. He might be angry. I just thought of that.
Looks around, pretty disgusted at the situation.
Hey, there ain't no murder for you here, boy.
Mr. Montana, prepare to run from this building.
Yeah.
Give me an exert roll, Big Montana.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Wait, is that an
You-
exert save or is that a like exert
Exert.
like I'm actively like
Give me a
D6 or a
D20 and
D20?
add your exert modifier.
okay. Well, that's a negative, so that's a 10.
So this big tentacle comes over and scoops you up and starts to
Oh,
pick
Lord.
you up out of the air.
Tootsie, save me.
It's Miyako, Tootsie Roll, Tootsie, or Big Montana. So you guys are all 7, so you tell me what you want.
Have Tootsie go first.
Yeah, Tootsie's gonna try and chainsaw that tentacle off.
Okay, so roll your attack. I believe it's plus
the-
4.
Yeah, that was +4, so 21.
That's a hit. It's 2d10 plus 4 is the damage.
And that is 11 points of damage.
Nice. Cuts into it.
Yeah, get him, boy. And then Big Montana's gonna shoot with his revolver at like the gouge that Tootsie just put in the edge of this tentacle.
Okay.
So that is a 15 plus notebook. 16, 17, 18 to hit.
That's it.
All right. And Big Montana does. I can't read that. It's all fucky. 6 points of damage. As
Yeah,
he
you
starts
blast it.
blasting.
Yep.
Help me, Miyoko. Don't let it eat me.
Is Big Montana still grappled?
Yep.
Miyoko looks on with jealousy in her eye and then goes ahead and shoots the tentacle.
All right.
God, I wish that was me.
I do. I mean, she does. Oh, okay. We're just doing a fucking natural 20 then. That's how we're doing this, Peter.
Help me.
All right.
That's a lot of dice. Let me roll this real fast.
Get this fucker.
Ooh, that's good. That is... That is 36 points of damage from the gunshot.
All right.
And do you need a percentile die?
Yep.
That is a... See me finish rolling. 98.
All right. So you blast this one tentacle, and it releases Big Montana, and he crashes to the ground.
Oh my goddamn tailbone!
I think it's time we get out of
And it
here.
looks like that thing just kind of flops limp to the ground and just kind of flop. It's kind of like just doing this number.
I start making my way towards the exit and ushering everyone to come with me. Is there a chocolatey center to this Tootsie monster that we're fighting right now?
No, it's solid. It's like, you know, like those.
The tentacle things?
Oh, I don't know.
Does he have a center we can see?
The creature, the Leviathan.
Yeah, the creature.
Do you want it to be Tootsie Roll centered, Big Montana?
Well, I think what he was asking is like, is it like soft in the middle, or is it like a?
Is it solid? Is it?
Are there bones in the middle, or is it soft, or is it?
It looks like hard cartilage. Doesn't look like really a bone.
Does it have eyes or anything there, or a beak?
Yes, it has one big eye.
Mm-hmm. I see. Yeah, I'm still yeeting it the fuck out of this building, though. I'm not stopping.
All right.
I'm just want to know what I need to shoot at next. And I'm going to recommend everyone leaves the room immediately.
You can hear the Sisters of Karma wrestling, fighting with each other, as one went crazy.
Oh dear.
You can hear their weapons go off. Creature looks down at its sad state and gets kind of angry.
Stick my tongue out.
It will attempt to hit you.
Don't do it.
21.
Why do you do this to me, Peter? Why? Don't say it.
Take 7 damage.
So my new character is going to be, because that's exactly how many hit points I had left. So I'm down.
Oof.
Does it have this one have Die Hard?
I do have Die Hard. So would that be the equivalent of a explosion weapon, or is that just a bludgeoning weapon?
That's just a bludgeoning weapon.
I'm up. Okay.
Whew.
I get hit. Where does it hit me, Peter?
Like, just probably if you're headed out the door, just square in the back. Just whack.
It hits me in the back. I tumble and do a roll on the front, and I'm just sitting there for a minute. Then I get up, and I pull my helmet off and let it hit the ground and just start coughing up a bunch of blood from it. God, you're annoying. And I keep making my way out the door.
It will attempt to give me another exert roll, Big Montana.
Oh Lord. Oh wait, no, that's a D21. That's better. That's 14.
Okay, it picks you up again with another.
Oh shit! God, not again!
Ride him, cowboy.
Tries to hit
Cowboy.
the Tootsie, but Tootsie moves out of the way.
Tootsie, I need your help again.
Miyako, Tootsie, or Big Montana?
Ooh, let Tootsie go. I have
Yeah,
faith in
Tootsie's
Tootsie.
gonna try and saw another limb off. Ooh, that is a 19 plus 4.
That's a hit.
All right, let's hope for some better damage this time. 13.
Tootsie knows what he's doing this time. He had a little chainsaw practice going.
Yeah, he's got her armed up now.
All right. Miyako or Big Montana?
Big Montana's gonna repeat what he did last time and try and blast at the same spot Tootsie shot. is a 15 plus 3, so 18.
Yep.
All right. Big Montana's gone. That's 10 points of damage. That's a much better shot.
All right. Miyako.
You said it had an eye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to contemplate continuing running, and then I'm going to go, why am I doing this to myself? Get my rifle, set it down. Shoot a rocket right at the eye.
All right.
Channeling your inner Betty.
I am channeling my inner Betty. Does a 23 hit?
Mm-hmm.
That is 24 points of explosive damage right to the retina.
Eating evil.
So yeah, you blast it in its eye, closes its eye. It's like blood starts to squirt everywhere.
Will you let him down, you stupid fuck? And that's it for me. I'm actually going to take a few steps into the room because I know I'm going to have to say Big Montana and drag him out of here.
Give me an evasion roll, Big Montana.
Ooh.
He's good at those.
No, I'm not. That's a 12.
You take 3 damage as Leviathan throws you down towards the exit.
Fuck. My fat rolls.
It begins to try to slink away further into the temple.
Get him, Tootsie! Get him, Tootsie!
All right. The rest of you guys. Miyako, Tootsie, Big Montana.
Tootsie's going to chase that fucker down, chainsaw aloft. That's a 14 to hit. That's not as good.
That is just a miss. It's running and trying to hit a retreating Leviathan. Takes
Yeah, it's difficult. Well, Big Montana's going to shoot at it. That's better. That's 18, 19, 20 to hit.
Yep.
All right. That's much better. Give him all the DACA. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of pistol damage. This is a baguette. And then Big Montana's going to get up and run away.
All right.
I'm going to advance and get myself between this thing and Big Montana. He's the guy who's paying my contract. I'm supposed to protect him anyway.
All right.
And you go earn your big buck today, I tell you.
I'm sure I will. Still just coughing out. You just see my face has blood dripping down from the mouth still. At the front of my suit.
God damn, you look scary.
Oh, well. I get in front of him. So I have to advance 10 meters into the room, so I'm in front of him, but that's fine. And then I just shoot him with my rifle again. Dropping the rocket launcher behind me. That's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's 17 points of damage. I'm aiming right where I shot before.
Yeah.
And after I shoot, I'm making sure I got my hand behind me as if pushing Big Montana back to keep him safe.
So, yeah, you blast it again. It begins to just try to slink away into the temple. You see Avril emerge with a very pissed look on his face.
Howdy.
See you again.
What are you doing?
Big octopus thing.
He turns. Yeah, I can see that. What a mess.
Yeah. I hurt.
Was he one of the other prisoners on that ship?
Yeah.
They really didn't do a good job of keeping you people prisoners, did they?
You people, she says.
Oh, Miyoko is incredibly racist. If you're not Japanese, she hates you instantly.
She hates Obi?
Yes.
Oh,
You
man.
can leave now. I'll take care of him.
All right. Big Montana's gonna think of everybody back safe and sound on the ship.
Everybody's back safe sound on the ship. Obi. You've gotten Bert and the Sisters of Karma, and you're moving the bomb. You're moving it through this temple up to where this gate or this, whatever this swirling thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you enter this room, and there's like some bodies in here and blown up pieces of crap that Miyako hit with the shape debt charges.
Blame her for everything, why don't you?
I mean, it is all her fault.
That's not wrong. That's not wrong.
So as you begin to walk in the room, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 little gingerhead girls step through this this gate or whatever this swirling portal is. And in unison they say, "Have you seen our sister?"
Yeah, she jumped. She jumped through the portal about 20 minutes ago. You didn't see her.
Give me
She
a
had a
talk
little
roll.
doll with her.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, give me a talk roll.
Oh, Big Montana.
Channel
Hell
your
yeah.
papa. Channel your papa.
My -1 gets me a 10.
Rub his fat rolls. That's the only way to ensure it.
Are you
Imagining myself
sure?
with a big old belly.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
And they begin to whisper to each other, and one of them turns and runs back in.
Now would be a good time to use your Erica Pack explosives and toss it.
That's over like all the channels, right? So the Sister of Karma we have with would probably hear that. I guess Bert would want to do it.
Every
Bert-
person there throws explosives.
It's probably good that Bert is not here because he would charge and attack.
Right next to the portal.
Yes.
All the debt packs.
You know, chuck the debt packs.
Yeah, why not? I guess all three of us will yeah,
Everyone's got 2 debt packs with them.
Catch the frisbee.
Oh boy!
All right. So, Big Montana, give me. So, Obi, give me a attack roll, and add your. Oh no, it's just a straight attack roll, right? Is that what we did?
It is a. Let me open it up. Generally run place of explosives, beloved by terrorists and adventurers the world over. You
14.
throw it.
Hopefully that's close. I got a +2 base attack bonus.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Okay, so Big Montana, give me a D20 roll.
Oh. I'm not there.
I know you. Instead of me rolling for the 2 other people.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I'll say, "Oh wow, they rolled a 1. Look at that."
That's a 13.
Okay.
And then
Dun dun. Miyako, you can roll for the sister, your fellow sister. If you really want to hose them, you'll roll low.
Well, unfortunately, that's a natural 20, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So perfectly thrown are these debt packs as they explode.
Every
So
one of them 3d10 damage.
3d10. So I need everybody to roll 3d10 damage.
17.
I got 20.
18.
Mine was looking real good. I got 2 9s and a 2. I was like, oh man. I mean, I'm still happy with it. But
Right?
had my hopes up.
That's a joke. Obi doesn't know the meaning of happiness. He's German.
Do they get an
Careful.
evasion save?
Yes, they do. Now,
Turns out these ginger girls are ninjas, and they backflip out of the way.
Ginger
Ninjas.
ninja. Ginger ninja.
now I should state they only get the standard evasion roll for whatever their evasion score would be. It's not a 10 or anything. It's their evasion score to pass.
Okay.
So are they ginger ninjas?
And it's
So-
an evasion for half.
One is blown apart, covering the others in blood as they laugh hysterically at this. This is very funny. And they're like, hee hee hee. And
Really terrifying.
they start, we are the children of Atlantis. Now we're going to fuck you up. Now give me a mental save.
I succeeded.
Big Montana, you shall roll a mental save for me.
All right.
Oh,
That's an 11 on the dice. I don't know what they
Okay.
have for mods.
That should be good.
Yeah, I don't know what Bert has for mods. So
What?
11's on the dice.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, as
What'd
long as
you
it doesn't
get?
have a minus, that's good.
What'd you get, Miyako?
18?
Okay. So you're not affected by their charms.
That's good. So the other ones didn't get hit at all by the demo packs?
They did get hit. They
Okay.
look bloody and
Uh,
like
they just
really
don't care about
messed, they look really messed up and they're laughing and giggling.
Don't worry, Obi isn't affected by their childlike feminine wiles.
Thankfully, I'm not playing Joe Biden.
Wait, hang on. Let me just smell this child first.
Wait, before you throw any more demo packs, I must smell it to be sure.
They're like, see you on the other side. And they step back and go into the portal and vanish.
Throw demo packs into the portal!
No, we have something better than that. Let us hastily, I guess, assemble the last little bit of the bomb while the Sister
Okay.
of Karma covers us.
Okay. Give me a fix roll.
This is my best one.
Shapes and holes, Obi. Shapes and holes.
I just confused him.
I got a 15. It's my favorite one to roll. 46 plus 4.
Doesn't take you any time, so it is armed and ready to go.
Get back to the ship. Get back to the ship.
The chopper.
And what? So you're going to arm it and then push it forward, or leave it, or what?
Yeah, we'll arm it for, I don't know, 10 minutes, or I guess how long did it take for us to walk here? Like from the poop chute?
It's maybe a 5-minute walk.
All right. So I'll set it for 10 minutes or remote detonate if I want to set it off earlier. And then we will push it forward towards the portal and run away. Definitely not like cowards.
Okay. So
So
are you
advancing
pushing
in the
it so
opposite
you see
direction.
it go into the portal, or are you just pushing it forward?
We'll push it until we see it start to kind of move towards, start
Yeah,
shaking
start
going
getting
towards the
pulled. Okay.
portal.
Okay.
So we know that no matter what, it's going to go towards it and go into it. And then once we see it start to move, we can, like I said, run away. Definitely not like cowards.
All right. So yes, you leave. You manage to escape and get out of the pyramid, and you are now back on the ship.
Yeah.
Click the button. Click the button.
So yeah, if it hasn't been 10 minutes by now, I mean, once we start getting into the ship, I'll push the button to set it off.
Okay.
Or if it's out of range, then 10 minutes will go off.
And there is an eerie silence.
I
Did it
feel like
work?
something has either happened or has not happened.
Big Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 2 D100 rolls.
Don't do it.
That's a 73
You feel your pyramid destroyed.
and a 34.
You feel your other pyramid destroyed.
No.
No.
Avril is not going to be happy about that.
Feel your big bucks being turned to waste.
All right, so 2 D4 rolls.
Uh-oh. Remember, if you get in that one, I die.
That's a 4
Uh-oh.
and a 4.
44.
So as you return and all this and everything starts to wind down, you feel very, very tired.
I'm hefty wore out.
Your
My
nose
brain
starts
hurts,
to
guys.
bleed.
You know what you need? Good old bean beer.
Remember, no gravity, though.
You pass out.
Oh. Yeah, he just cracks a cold one and falls over.
Oh, dear. Yep. Is the Tootsie Roll with us still?
Yep.
Give me a hand bringing him to Emma. Come on.
I'm sure we got like a little dolly around here somewhere. I guess there's no gravity.
It's fine.
Yeah, and just drag him around.
It is quite complex getting him through doorways, though.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's typically got to turn sideways to walk through a door.
So, Big Montana, you are at the temple again.
Oh, shit.
You feel yourself like floating away from it, like off into space. You see the temple get smaller and smaller as you're floating away.
Oh, that can't be good.
You feel next thing you know, you realize you have like a cord that is attached, and the cord is severed. It becomes cut, and you are now spinning in space.
Oh,
Behind
shit.
you, as you look, are 15 points of light.
Like bright stars or like
Yeah, like bright stars.
the hell? Like how far how far away do they look? Do they look like
They look
They
in the
look
distance.
tangible?
They look kind of like this.
okay?
And as you spin, then it feels like you're getting further and further away, and then out of the darkness of space, you feel like something grab you, like another tendril, and like stick into you, and you start to go really fast, like you're flying forward. Everything is coming really fast at you. And then all of a sudden you come to and you are in the infirmary, the med bay.
What the hell? Did when I was still in the dream and being drugged, where was I being drugged towards? Did it look like?
It looked like you were being pulled back to where you started.
Okay. Howdy.
You okay, Pops?
Well, I woke up in the temple, and then I just kind of started drifting away out into space. And I had some kind of cord attached to me, and it was broken, and I was just drifting. and there were 15 really bright stars, I think. And then I got pulled back towards the temple, and I woke up. Did the stars look like the map of the installations that we had been told about? Did they
Yes.
kind of correlate in the same shape?
Mm-hmm.
I think we might have just severed a link between the other place and this place. That might have been what the whole message about the broken cord was about.
What you're saying is we need to go to where all these crystals are supposedly coming from and deploy nukes through portals there in order to stop us from being destroyed by
there
necrotic
might
energy.
be a more effective way of doing that. But
I sure
yeah, I
hope
think we got to sever all these links.
I think right now what we have to do is rest up.
That is very much. Oh,
Are the sisters still fighting each other, the three of them?
No.
No? Okay.
Big Montana's you're gonna see Big Montana like walk to the other side of the room away from Emma and Miyoko.
Yep.
Well, if we're here with Emma,
Emma's like, you probably should rest a bit.
Yeah, just not here.
This is the medical facility.
I got a bed.
with a Tootsie waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Careful whispers plays in the background.
Tootsie's behind you, rubbing your shoulders. Mm-hmm.
Sniffing your hair like you know he would.
You know where it'd be fun to go to? I think that Casino Planet.
I think we could
Dang.
use a vacation.
You know, they had really good steak there.
Do you think they'll recognize our big bucks?
I don't know. They might.
Have you seen him? How could you not recognize Big Montana's big bucks?
You know, and I gotta take a look, see if all my my children have set up little enclaves all over the place. Gotta see what's going on.
Casinos can be fun, but you usually need money to play, and that may or may not be something we have right now, depending on if they want to recognize our big bucks.
Yeah. You know, I need to get the word out about those, by the way.
We have a car we can sell and then go ahead and use that to gamble with money.
I mean,
we don't have a car we can sell. I
What,
don't know
one of the
what you're talking
Humvees?
about.
Or the 5 tons?
That's more like it. Anyways, I need to record me one of my PSAs here.
Okay. What's this casino planet you're talking about again?
I don't remember. We was on it, and then we fought some kind of android man thing, and then we had to leave. But I don't remember where it was right offhand.
Emma, are you familiar with this place?
I don't think she was with us yet.
No,
Oh,
but she is also a psychologist. Obi, do you know it?
So
Sure
Jukarata.
Jukarata? Would I
That
know
sounds
about
like the place.
Jukarata?
Let's see.
What's common knowledge about the casino then and everything?
They're like, I think they're like free enterprise zones. You know that a lot of them got shut down after the incident. They're probably open now, but it's a police state there. So you really have to be careful to stay in line. It's just a question of whether they have these casinos back operation.
How big is each place in Jukarata?
What do you mean?
How big are the free enterprise zones in kilometers?
Think of like a stadium,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever you can fit inside a stadium.
Do they have NASCAR?
No.
What type of
Damn.
shitty casino is this?
I was looking forward to that indoor NASCAR track.
Can there be an indoor NASCAR
You
track?
do have a hustle point. I think everybody still got that.
That could be fun to dick around with for a bit.
I think I'm going to throw my hustle point at continuing the spread of the children of Montana.
And the Jawas.
Okay.
Peter, here's another thing. What's the weather like in these free enterprise zones? Because I know Jukarata is really cold normally.
Yeah, I mean it's very cold, but inside here is like a dome, so they keep it at a decent temperature.
Okay, awesome. I'll plot us a course for there then, Mr. Montana.
All right. I'm going to get busy on their PSA.
I'm also going to ditch my power armor and fly us there. Because I don't fucking want to see it for a while. I am sick and tired of being stuck in that shit. It needs to be clean. There's enough blood all over it.
Oh, don't forget about your cool new Voodoo doll.
Oh, fuck me. Mr. Montana, would you mind sending a message off to Diamond Court and see if he can meet us at Jukarata at one of the casinos?
Yeah, I'll see if he wants to go have a quick roll of the slots.
Yeah, we can have some fun.
Yeah, I'll send him a message, like an email.
On the Spacebook?
Mm-hmm.
You get a return message from Diamond Quartz. Let's see, where is he? He is in Zeal system.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try your call again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. If you would like to make a call, please hang up and... Oh. I'm so old, I remember when landlines used to do that shit.
I know, I do too.
Yeah.
Peter's like, yeah, I remember when we used to have to press 0 and talk to the punchboard operator. Yes, I'd like to call the police. Thank you.
You get a response from a person named Della, who's a representative of Diamond Quartz. Do you send this via Spacebook, or are you sending a private message?
Like an email is what I was thinking, like an email.
Okay. She sends you back a message saying that Diamond Quartz is missing. She has not seen him for a few days, unknown where his location is. It's not common knowledge. They're trying not to keep that, but since he seemed to speak favorably of you, that they messaged you back.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for him. Is what he'll send that back.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm writing down my speech.
Okay, good.
I'm going to grab my voodoo doll when I have a moment to get back to my room and squeeze the arm.
Yeah,
Does it
your arm-
hurt?
Yeah, your arm hurts.
God damn it.
Ow.
Shit. I'm going to keep it in its little bed and put it in my little cabinet next to my bed.
Okay.
Where it's nice and safe. And then I'm going to look behind me, and do I see any evil-looking redheads behind me?
No.
Okay.
No more than usual.
So 1, 2, carry the 6. That's a lot of redhead. And Big Montana is working. I'll fly us to Jukarata, I guess.
Okay. You begin your spike drive to Jukarata in the herd system.
Our organization's called the Father of the Stars now, is that correct?
Father of the sector.
Father of the Sector, okay. Be sure.
Father of space books.
No. Oh, Jesus. Peter, I was not ready for that background. My eyes.
My eyes, my eyes.
All right. So I got my speech ready.
Dun dun dun.
So yeah, he'll get on the airways. My children, we are in dark times indeed, but I have your answer. Find your local children of the sector outpost. Show them your last bank statement, and they shall provide you with the answer to the spacebook crisis. Big bucks. Stay strong, my children. Big Montana out.
Nice.
Does anyone have any idea what he said? I couldn't hear over the sound of the pounding in my head.
This is probably a good stopping point.
Mhm.
So, Mr. Montana.
I have problems. My brain hurts.
Your brain hurts, my everything hurts.
One of these days, he's just going to jellify his brain. It's going to leak out of his ears.
Miyoko's in like tank top and the shorts, and you see her, and her entire body is just a purple and blue bruise everywhere.
Yeah, you would specifically notice like Big Montana has been avoiding you and Emma and any of the sisters. Like straight up avoiding you.
That's weird for him.
If he keeps frying his brain, he's gonna end up like Lurch.
Well, Lurch and Emma were just doing something the other night, and you don't think they were discussing Big Montana's health, do you? So that's the end of the session, Peter?
Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah,
Unless
that's a
there's
good
anything
stopping
else you
point.
want to discuss.
Okay, hustle point for NASCAR then.
All right. There you go.
I don't know why, I just feel like doing an indoor NASCAR race for fun.
All right.
Does Big Montana want to join?
I'm throwing my hustle point at furthering the children of the sector.
We still have Dr. Go-Go Days, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, yes, you do.
Is he's actually a doctor, right? Does he have any he has medical experience?
No.
Now, when we say
Not
doctor,
that kind of doctor.
we mean that he got a doctorate in, well,
Something science related. We're not sure.
it was the social sciences. You know, he's a doctor of, what's he called? He's a social worker, essentially.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then he knows people a little bit then, and he's still a doctor.
It took him
I think
15
I'm
years to
gonna-
get just a bachelor's degree, though.
I'm gonna use my hustle point, and I'm gonna channel my inner Montana
Oh,
that I now have of communication, and I'm gonna try and get Dr. Go-Go Days to work with Dr. Emma, and have them try and formulate some kind of aid to give Big Montana to ease his brain problems. See if I can't.
Okay.
If I can't, maybe try and get him to work like a Gatorade, but like a brain Brainerade.
Brainerade.
To help like dehydrate his brain since it's getting all burnt out.
Yes. Very good. All right.
help his
Yep.
brain.
Like a lift for your brain.
Mhm.
The lift is probably what did this to his brain.
So
Okay.
hopefully in Iona, after a while, they can try and figure something out.
Here's a question. Is Big Montana only avoiding Emma, Miyoko, and the Sisters of Karma, or is he also avoiding the other females on the ship too?
All of them.
All of them? I thought so. He's gay. We knew this day would come.
When Lurch walks into the room, he can't help himself.
Could you? Let's be honest here.
Lurch is a strong man.
I like his strong hand.
Over the time it takes us to do everything, and like the time we take recovering, you'd see Big Montana avoiding every female on the ship. He's just like straight up. If like he's coming down the hallway and they're coming down the hallway, he'll turn around.
Okay. I'll bring that up next episode then. Because now I'm getting annoyed if you're ignoring me.
If it's only the females, I won't notice.
Yep.
Big Montana seems to be treating me just normally.
Well, you say that, but let's be honest, after that explosion, we're not sure what you are anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I still have absolutely no idea what Peter had us rolling those D100s at the start was for.
I don't know what the ones at the start were for.
I don't know. Was that for the redheads?
Possibly.
No.
Is it something my character's going to have to be concerned about very soon?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
All right. Well, then I will plan on seeing everyone next week.
Yes, as we gamble as the sector burns.
Why not, you know?
You gotta take a vacation every now and then.
Yeah, you're right.
I should have a fiddle somewhere we can play.
Yep.
Well, let's be honest here. I'm on 1 health. Big Montana's hurt pretty badly.
Mm.
We have to have time to recover in-game.
Surprisingly, Obi is doing great.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Then
I will see you guys next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.